Alright, welcome back everybody to another round of shiny hunting and go battling and ranked battles. But yeah, let's start with this one. I was going to start EV training and grinding out Clobbopuses to get a shiny Clobbopus, and I got this one on the first try. I was completely surprised but completely happy as well, because I mean that never happens to me for that kind of luck. So I'll take it. Yep, next up we have the evolution right there, and then up ahead we have our other shiny raid of the day, Meowstic. Unfortunately, I did catch this, but its ability was Keen Eye, so yeah, there's that. And then of course, another one that I don't even want to show was the Dusclops that was shiny. I docked my Switch in, and then after that, like, I lost my internet connection, and it kicked me out of the raid. But yeah, either way, I'll bounce back. It's not the end of the world. There'll be another Dusclops down the road. So yeah, let's jump into our battles for the day for Pokemon Go. But yeah, here we have a Melmetal versus Kyogre League. And of course, it's going to be a 5-0 set. But yeah, I thought I could go ahead and do some chip damage here just to start out against the Kyogre, and then switch over to something that would be able to clean up. And here I chose Machamp, and then he brought in Dialga. Yeah, about that. But I guess the reason, if I remember, I think it's because he had Snorlax in the back, so it's a rock. Oh, never mind, it was Machamp. So he soaked some damage, whittled down my Machamp, and then I did my best to preserve my Machamp, but then I just got this cross jump off, and then I let my Machamp faint, so that I could just finish up with Togekiss. And then in comes my Togekiss, and I'm still up by one shield. But yeah, here we go. The Dialga just is going to get cleaned up by the Melmetal. We're just going to go for a superpower, and then that's 1-0 on this set. But yeah, the hard part was actually just waiting for this lag to get through. Alright. Now for the next match, we have DGG01. I have a Melmetal lead, he has a Dialga lead. One of two things always happens: switch out right away, or that. So yeah, since he switched out, I thought I'd preserve my Melmetal and then just go ahead and switch over to Machamp to farm it down. But yeah, here I tried to predict if he was going to do superpower. Got it right there. So I went ahead and went for another cross chop to farm down the Melmetal. Alright, and then what's this right here? It's Machamp because it's Machamp. So I already told myself just to let the Machamp go, because I can bring in Togekiss and force him to switch. But yeah. Down goes Machamp, I bring in Togekiss, and then he switches over to Dialga. So I turn around and bring out my Melmetal. I go for Rock Slide to bait a shield here. Didn't really work, so I believe I just went for another bait, because at this point I would be able to, I felt confident in psyching him out, and even if I didn't, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, now that he's at that low health range, I just went ahead and started saving up my energy right here. And I just went for the Rock Slide one last time, just to psych him out. Still did not go for it. So I was just like, alright, well, I guess I'm already this deep in on the Rock Slides, might as well just keep going. And then here we go. Yeah, I take him out, and then bring in Togekiss to finish up on the Machamp. Okay, next up is Bobbax. Well, it's Melmetal versus Melmetal. So since I have Machamp in the back, I just told myself to go for the double superpower, and then after that swap over to Machamp to clean up on this Melmetal. But he surprised me because he didn't shield any of these superpowers, so I just brought out Machamp anyway, just to bait him to bring something else out. He brought out Togekiss, so I just figured that I could just farm down, try to force a shield out of the Togekiss, then bring out Melmetal to bait another, or force another shield. But yep, here you go. He goes for the Flamethrower. Predicted that. And then follow up with my Rock Slide. Here I thought he was going to shield. Yep, he does. And then after that, I just go for another Rock Slide just to get the finish on the Togekiss. And then down goes the Togekiss. In comes the Dialga. I have my Togekiss, and I just go ahead and go for the finish here. He goes for a Draco Meteor, which surprised me. So I just went ahead and answered back with a Flamethrower. And go to Dialga. Alright, now it's time for our next battle against Nicolapa. Yeah, we have a Melmetal versus Dialga lead. He either stays in or switches out right away. But yeah, there we go. He switches to Kyogre. So I just thought, alright, cool. This was the one that I had to take out right away. So I went ahead and went for 2 Rock Slides, and then I believe I go for a Superpower after these 2 Rock Slides. Or did I farm him down? His health looks low enough to farm him down. Yep, it's a Rock Slide, and then I went ahead and shielded because I just thought that, like, no matter what happens, I just need to take him out here. I can follow up with some charge moves on whatever switches in. It was a Machamp, so thankfully I predicted right on using Superpower for this switch in. But since he brought in Machamp, I brought in Togekiss, then he brought in Dialga, so I swapped to Machamp. But yeah, there we go. Machamp goes for the Cross Chop, and then Machamp's health was low enough just to be able to finish it off neutrally at the same time. So of course the Machamp goes straight for a Rock Slide, and then Togekiss has enough energy to be able to, and of course the Charm is just doing enough damage just to completely take it out. Alright, and then now for the final battle of this set, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Melmetal versus Togekiss. I had the lead here, a favorable lead, and so he brought out the Metagross. Since Metagross is the hard counter to my team, I just knew right then and here that I had to bring out Machamp, and then when it does, I have to take him out with Machamp, or at least try to, and then finish off with Melmetal. So yep, I go for my second Cross Chop here, and then he went ahead and let that go in. And then I was able to farm him down. But yeah, since I had a feeling something else was coming in, I went ahead and went for the Rock Slide onto the Kyogre. Then in came my Melmetal. I went ahead and went for another Rock Slide. And then here comes his Surf. Yeah, I knew Melmetal could tank it, so obviously I just let it go through. But then, of course, right when I was getting ready to hit him, he swapped out to Togekiss, which took me by surprise. So I just did the Rock Slide, and then after that, I switched right over to Togekiss because that way I could do a quick little farming of energy. Yeah, and then after that, I just finished off with Melmetal, and then that was our win. Yeah, always feels good to have that random 5-0 set of the day. And of course, we got our rewards, which is the 4 items. And I'll lay doors. Alright, so now let's move on to the next match here. We have Melmetal versus Dialga. Obviously, leading with Melmetal, I'm gonna just force the Dialga to switch out, and he brings out a Mewtwo, which is a little bit of a surprise. I could still have an even matchup here, so I keep Melmetal in, go for the double Rock Slide just to pressure his Mewtwo. Get the 2 Rock Slides in, try to go for a third one. Oh no, I think I wanted to switch here, but I was anticipating a Focus Blast. So instead, I just plan and predict. I predicted he was going to use Focus Blast on the second charge, so I brought in Togekiss, and then he soaked the Focus Blast, which was great. And then here comes the Dialga. I choose to sacrifice my Togekiss because I want to bring in Machamp to clean up on the Dialga. He switches out and then brings in Kyogre, so I go for the Cross Chop pressure here, especially since he has 2 shields. I'm just like thinking, how am I going to get myself through this one? So yeah, here we go. There we go, Cross Chop again, force a shield, and then I get ready to switch to Melmetal just to preserve, but then I realized, oh hey, I got to a Cross Chop first, so I went for another Cross Chop, forcing the shield, then I go for the Rock Slide because I figured that I could get the Rock Slide before he realizes what's even going on. He's going to try to farm energy. And then after that, he brings in Dialga. I go for the Superpower pressure. There's Superpower 1, Superpower 2 for the big old W. Pew, right there. Alright, so that's another win. And now we move on to Mahari. Melmetal versus Dialga once again. Yeah, so here we go. I charge up, go for a double superpower. Here's superpower 1. Boom. And then we now use Machamp. And then I go for Rock Slide because, I mean, it's the only move I can use against this Giratina. Since it's a Giratina, I told myself that I might as well just do as many Rock Slides and let Machamp go down without shielding. But he uses an Ominous Wind because A, he wants to try to use this time to get Ominous Shield the proc before, and then run a train on my team. And then also just to get the shield bait on my Machamp. I didn't go for it because now here I thought that did I shield? No, Shadow Ball. I should have shielded because it was a Shadow Ball, but Captain Hindsight. But yeah, since he switched to Dialga, I figured that I could shield here. He used a Draco Meteor, which was a good shield, and then now I can pressure him with Rock Slide without having to use Superpower. So there's a Rock Slide. In comes Giratina. I predict that he was going to use Shadow Ball here, so I shielded, and there was a Shadow Ball as predicted. I go for a Rock Slide just to go ahead and finish off here. And he shields, so now I go for one more Rock Slide because I figured that I could still survive and launch this Rock Slide, which is true. Then it's Togekiss versus Togekiss. Actually, I didn't even see what happened there. Ancient Power. Oh yeah, he swapped out at the same time. So I used Melmetal to go for a Rock Slide onto the Togekiss. Takes that out, but then it wasn't enough. It was just a narrow victory for him. But yeah, now for Mirutaro. We have Melmetal versus Kyogre. I believe I picked this match because people have been asking how I counter Kyogre with this team. But yeah, so my answer is to just lead with Melmetal. Go up to the point where he charges the Surf with keeping Melmetal in. And then up to your discretion, use Shield on the Surf or you just do that. Yeah, there's the Machamp. I bring in Machamp here because I just thought that he would be the good pick instead of Togekiss. But yeah, I go for the farm down here. Now I have full energy for whatever comes in next. And it's going to be a Snorlax, which is just fantastic. Just the best. Cross Chop. Go for another Cross Chop. But since we're high on energy, I was able to launch 3 Chop Chops and have him burn Cross Chops and then burn through his shields. So I went for the Cross Chop, and then after that, do I want to shield here? No, I sacrificed the Melmetal. Or, sorry, the Machamp. So yep, in comes the Snorlax. Oh, and then he switches to Dialga. So that means that I can turn around and use a superpower, switch to Togekiss to reset the attack stat drop, and then after that, he goes for the Iron Head. I let it go through because I just mainly needed Togekiss to soak damage, and then I go for an Ancient Power. Again, I just needed Togekiss to come in, soak damage, take something out. Down goes the Togekiss, and then in comes Melmetal to finish up the matches. But yeah, that's it for our match highlight for today. Now we can move on to Pokemon Sword and Shield. There we go. Alright, so now for this. It's a nice pose. Alright. These two are the same matchup, but then at the same time, I switched up my team because the way that everything was set up just was too clunky for my team. So here's an example of the new team setup that I had built. But yeah, it counters Charizard teams incredibly well because whenever I see a Charizard, then I know that I can just go straight for the pressure with Dynamaxing against it with Dragon Ball. So yeah. He Gigantamaxes his Charizard, I Gigantamax my Dragapult, he uses Quash to stall me, and then there's a Shadow Sneak. I activate Weakness Policy, he uses Max Airstream to get the speed boost. So now the speed's at +1, he has a speed advantage, which is unfortunate on my end, but I can answer it back later. There's the Max Phantasm, and then now we can use Max Guard here. He uses Ally Switch to change sides. And then I in turn use Shadow Sneak because I want to go for a finish that way. But yeah, and of course he used Ally Switch, which I didn't predict. So I in turn use Ally Switch as well. And then I go for, he uses the T-Max Wildfire, but Dusclops tanks it incredibly well. Then I go for the Max Airstream onto the Sableye to take it out. So now I have the speed advantage yet again, which is a definite plus on our end. Okay. But yep, in comes Arcanine, but I have Clear Body, so my attack stat won't drop. And then my Dynamax turns over, and so is his. So yeah, very simple answer here. I go for the Shadow Sneak on the Charizard to finish it off, and then I have Dragon Darts on this Dragapult, so both of these Dragon Darts are going to hit the Arcanine and take it out. But yeah, again, down goes the Arcanine, and now it's just down to the Rhyperior. There's the Rhyperior, and he cancels, because that was pretty much it. Now on to the next match, 69. It's a classy number, very classy. But yep, again, I only run 3 matches a night because that's all I have time for. So, sorry, I do apologize for the lack of diversity in teams. But yep, as I'm editing this down, I was able to get a more varied matchup for my next set of videos, so we can go ahead and show that in our next video. But again, this just shows you how well that this team can handle the Charizard teams. But yep, again, he goes for the Charizard. And then I in turn he goes for Sunny Day to get the huge attack boost. Dusclops goes for the Shadow Sneak, and then he activates the weakness policy. And then I go for the max Airstream, after learning from that first battle, to just go straight for the Airstream to maintain the speed bonus, the speed advantage. He uses GMAX Wildfire, takes out my Dusclops, and then after that, now it's down. Now it's just keeping the lead. Here's some more Pico. He uses Ally Switch, which, as you are about to see, I predicted. So I use Max Phantasm onto the Charizard, and it's able to take out the Charizard. That's going to leave the Sableye with a -1 in defense, and then Morpico's going to come in and clean up on the Sableye with the Aura Wheel, with the +1 advantage as well. So yeah, +1 on the speed. And then now up comes the Heliolisk. Yep, this is an easy little matchup here. Max Phantasm onto the Inteleon. And then since I have Aura Wheel on Dark, I'm able to hit him for neutral damage here with a -1 on defense and then take him out. But yep, that's it for today's matches. Thanks again for watching, and then don't forget to watch us on Twitch at www.twitch.com/Ken, Ken, capital B3. And you can also follow us on Twitter for all the updates, which would be at KBOYCOTT3. Thanks again for watching, and have a wonderful day.